Welcome to Inside Success, where we showcase success stories of organizations and business leaders and portray their business journeys, their contributions to the industry. Any organization that has to run successfully, apart from its resources, needs human resource as its important capital. Now, having qualified, trained and skilled human resource is a big challenge for industries today. One institution that has emerged as a successful solution provider in this by bridging the needs of the industry and by training the young generation for management education is Pune Institute of Business Management. Today we have their director, chairman and founder, Dr. Raman Preet with us. Welcome, Dr. Raman.
Thank you.
Today
so much.
We will be discussing about the journey of PIBM and we'll be understanding the evolution of how we have come till today. Can you brief us about your professional journey and the glimpses of PIBM that has been so far?
Okay. So first of all, thank you so much for this point. Yeah. So I'll give you my academic experience first of all. So my BTech in computer science, and then I did MTech after establishing my campus.
Okay.
So just after doing a BTech, I was like placed with the campus. So the campus placement happens. So I got placed, and then I thought that this only just doing a small work of 8 to 9 hours, and also on the bench will not suffice and not appropriate for my thought process. So anytime I can go back in my job, and I was very happy to go back anytime as needed. So I thought what to do different. So since when I was into my college days, onto my engineering days, I used to train few students. So I understood that let me also start my own college. So that was a thought. So, and that was a thought was there from past, when I joined my college. After second year of engineering, this thought was coming up. And it has been said that if a thought becomes stronger in your mind, you have to produce with the action. If you don't produce with the action, the thought dies. And it was so concentrated a thought that I have to put that. So I left everything and started my own journey to start my own campus. So in 7, I registered a trust called IRS. And after the registering of trust IRS, I formed this group called PIBM, called Pune Institute of Business Management. Because of that time, to 2006 and 7, the startup culture was not there. That the startup culture wasn't there. So I went with few of my friends. Some of the friends, I asked them, can you give me some seed money? And so that was like little hesitation. How it happens to any entrepreneur, that they don't believe, nobody believes in your ideas. Still now, I think it might be happening. So everybody said to me, no, why you don't pursue on a job? Why you do this? In fact, my parents also said that, no, you first do your job and then you start up your own journey. I said, no, job I can go to any back. Let me start this up. The purpose was very clean and clear, that I wanted to establish an engineering college. But then engineering at that time, now the AICTE has come with the very good norms because of change of the all entire policies
and their structure.
Yes. So that time it was 10 acres of land and then 50,000 square feet. And that time the fund was something around between 10 crores to 15 crores. And as a startup guy, immediate 10 crores and 15 crores without any connection was challenge. So I thought, let me start a management campus. And then I started the management campus, taking the program from Pune University, MPM and PIBM. And I leased out a small building. And from small building, this journey got started.
Great.
Yes. So then I went outside. I invited a lot of faculties and students somehow with the God blessing. Students came in and joined. They trusted in us. What changes we have done from that time to this time? When faculty used to teach a student, I saw these all theories were been taught. And when the student used to go to internship, generally that time also with the MBA students or PGDM students, MMM and MPM that time. So there was an internship of 2 months. So when the placement started, means when the company used to start to come in and they started to recruit students for a summer internship, they used to speak to me, the students is not up to the mark. In fact, the faculties was top-notch faculties from across Pune, and some of the good campuses like IMA. So we had that current contacts. We approached the IMA faculties, and they were doing visiting lectures. Even after that, the student was not employable. So I thought, what is a match? We have good faculties, we have a good classrooms. Why companies saying that they are not fit for this role? The communication was okay, aptitude was okay. Where they are shortfalling? So then I went to the lot of CEOs. I met a lot of CEOs of the companies. I met a lot of managers of the company, a lot of head HRs of the companies. They said, why don't you do something? That we will give you a skill sets. You train students on those skill sets. And if you train it very well, then 100% will give you internship also. And after checking them onto the internship, if they're good, we'll give them a jobs. I said, okay. And that was the journey. We began. So NSDC, National Skills Development Council, okay, which is working on a same called QPs, quality packs. We worked on JDs called job roles.
Okay.
So we've taken job roles from various companies depending on various profiles, because we were doing a management students. So we had marketing role, we have finance roles, we have HR roles, we have IT roles.
Specializations.
Yeah, absolutely. And you well said that the student has to be technically also very sound. And because my background was technical background, so what we did, we matched functional, means marketing, finance, HR as a function, and we attached technical aspect also into that, because that time SAP was coming up very, and they want a very good talent, means finance and SAP, finance and tech. So we did a small course of SAP FICO, SAP HR. So SAP is not important. What kind of function the company was asking for, so we started teaching and training for that. And hence my first batch got wonderfully placed. And that was the time we started working on, and the car engine got started, and we got in a good race. And after that, because it's a lease campus, and AICT that time, now AICT has a very, very good norms that you can also start PGDM college or engineering college or universities also onto lease campuses. But that time, back 2007, you have to buy a land. And me, to buy a land, I never bought a land, and land buying in Maharashtra, you know how it is. You have to go on a sale deed and search deed, and to buy an agricultural land, you have to be you have to go farmer, and if your trust is buying a land, so a lot of Kul Qaeda, ABCD was there.
Many norms.
Many norms. So we followed every norms, and with God blessing, I got 1 acre. Then I built it 1.5 acre. Then I built it 7 acre. Then I built it. So now the entire campus is 25 acres. Right
25
now.
acres.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we built it approximately 1.5 lakh square feet constructions also for different kind of labs and different kind of pedagogy and experiential learning. So the journey started. We got proper AICT approval in 2010. Okay. Yeah, with PGDM program, and we also got MBA, which is Master in Business Administration with the University of Pune. So we thought, let's focus. We have very less seat, 120 and 60, 180 seats. Now we have 1,500 seats. 1,500 seats every year. So every year we do 1,500. So 3,000 numbers.
We can consider it is about 10 times leap that you have taken.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we can calculate that.
10 times.
Yeah, so 10 times leaps is there. So
awesome growth.
Yeah, growth is going on still. So I feel it's still miles and miles. We have to go into quality of education, into experiential learning, into problem solving, and a lot of companies and business school has to work together. So there are different models where companies and NS school has to work together. Absolutely. So that lot of model depending on NEP policy has also come up very good and very sharp. If we follow NEP policy, and any institution following NEP policy, it has to grow. So that's the all journey. Then we went to different sectors. We went to FMCG sectors. We understood their job roles. We gone to consulting sectors, Deloitte, KPMG, EY, Grant Thornton. All of these companies now coming to our campus. We understood their different roles, taxation roles, then BFR roles, financial modeling roles. Then we went to the banks, NBFC. We understood what is the marketing and sales roles can happen in banks. What are the finance roles can happen in the banks, like risk roles, commercial credit risk roles. Then we went to the insurance side, underwriting side. So likewise, we explored every sector. We built a POP called Professor of Practice, that time in 9 and 10. And so every professor of practice was a domain expert. Okay. Used to go there, take up the skill sets, and those skill set was brought into a college. We built the content and taught the students to get them a good internship and to get a good job. So that's a small journey till now. Yeah.
The present scenario of management institutions has been around the family legacies. But your is an example of self-made identity that is built on the purpose of providing solutions to the industries as well as strengthening the generations.
Absolutely.
Can you give some idea about positioning of PIBM in the industry?
Okay. In the education industry or overall industry you're talking
industry.
about? Okay. So as I've already explained to you that and in your first question you asked and you briefed about it also, that the skillful talent is required everywhere and a good talent is required everywhere. Then only the companies can grow. So we did a lot of work around it. We signed up with the Wipro to provide them a very good talent into their own domains. So we had the MOUs with the IT and ITS sectors. We had the MOU with the small banks. We have the MOU with the big banks. Why? Because they were not getting the skillful talent prepared onto a particular domain.
Okay.
So we have taken their entire roles. We made the content. We built the skill content, and that what we attach here in the campus.
Okay.
So as I've already explained, that we have to join hands with the companies, and also company has to come to our campus and teach and train and speak expectation with the student, what kind of talent what we want. So that all bridging was done, and it's not a year job. It's a decade of job. So every year, every day, placement cell was contacting different companies, calling them into a campus, understanding their needs, requirements. We've also built a lots of content with the TIAA, CITCO, and various BNY Mellon, various companies we have understood. We went there and we built the content, started teaching and training and supplying them a good talent to them. That's one. We also did a lot of MDPs. So these larger companies has a lot of good resources. The top company has a good resources, they can buy that resources. But the SME, small medium enterprise, something around 30 crores, 40 crores, 50 crores, 60 crores, 100 crores, 200 crores, to them to buy a very good resource is a challenge. So what we did it, because we already have a connection with the very good CHROs, CFOs and CEOs, we mapped those to these SMEs.
Okay.
We've taken them as a guide, our faculty, our student, and our faculty and student goes to these companies and built the processes for them. So win-win condition for SMEs also. They got the best processes and best guide from these top companies. Win-win condition for institution like us. Our faculties get hands-on training by the top CEOs. Our student gets hands-on training, and what are they learning, they're able to implement in these SMEs.
Okay.
So it's a theoretical learning comes to a practice, and practice finally going there for a work there. So this is the way we bridge the gaps.
From the perspective of parents who are concerned about the future of their kids, and from the aspirational view of the students, what do you feel are the USPs that PIBM has created in front of student fraternity?
Okay. So there's so many USPs, but I can tell you that one thing is in an aspect of our parents. First, let's speak, because parents sponsor their education, and some of 30% is also the students comes here which has experience. They have worked into certain kind of companies. So it's a fresher student. So this question is like little. I have to give you an understanding and data behind it. If a student comes from a commerce background, so their anticipation of the future, their forecasting for the future, their vision of the future is very different. If a student comes from science background, so because their experience has gone to science background, so their learning and their anticipation is very different. If a student is coming from engineering background, so their anticipation and their future forecast, what they want to become, is very different. If they come from arts background, so their experience is very different. So we understood very well this work. But a lot of parents is always worried about generally what kind of learning, teaching, training they undergo. Generally when they come here and when they ask this question, what kind of discipline, because you know how this age is there right now, this age students are there. So they always want to ask that what kind of discipline you're bringing in them. Because generally graduation colleges have 3 to 4 hours of work, that's it. And after that, these students are free. So when the mind is free and the mind is not occupied, you know what happens.
They can get distracted, they can go.
Absolutely. So a lot of work we did it for graduation colleges also here back in. So the content, what they have not been taught, we have taught them. So we made parents assure that you don't worry, you are in a very strong and solid foundation hands. We will not only teach and train, we'll also build the value system called a disciplined value system, going through a very tough regime. Tough regime means a grind. If these young youths will not undergo a grind of teaching, learning, training, experiential learning problem, and also a sports, so their overall personality will not be shaped up. True. So we built it up the entire ecosystem. Their overall personality will be shaped up. So in the morning they undergo to a yoga regime, yoga classes. That if they do a good yoga, so their concentration of mind becomes very stronger. And you know that anything to win in this world, if your concentration is not strong, you can't win. Man-to-man difference is a concentration. I am successful because little concentration is high. I am not successful because my concentration is low.
True.
So how much you're deviated, that comes with the habit, and that is shown. So we know that. So we thought that let's bring first concentration. So since morning we start with the concentration of the exercises, and then we enter into a regime of teaching, training, and learning. And by the end of the night, we go very good sports. So all the learning, teaching, training, they said one step ahead, and then involve no sports. So that kind of regime we brought it, and we give a beautiful package to a company, to an industry. It's not only that they're skillful and talent, they will sticky with you, because today the company speaks to us, these startups, these SME speaks to us. If we want some students which is available for us. Now if a student has a habit of just sitting down for 3 to 4 hours, how he can sustain the work of 10 hours and 12 hours of heat? He cannot. You see how banking industry is going, cutthroat competition. You see FMCG, you see IT, it's a cutthroat. So you have to have sustainable 12 hours and 14 hours of work. But in the past, if they didn't have those habit of 4 hours of sitting down of work, means concentration is so weak, how you can deliver at the work?
Actually.
So we built it the concentration of the mind. We built it that you have to sit down and study and work. And with the different kinds of modes of teaching and training. So we have designed different kind of pedagogies, different kind of assessments, problem solving assessment, experiential learning, so that they are involved at least 12 to 14 hours a day with happiness. So that gave them limitless abilities. So a human being which is having a limitless abilities will sit down here. So in any company they will go, they'll 100% thrive and strive.
Great. In this journey of around 18 years, you have grown in leaps and bounds. The 10 times growth is very encouraging. What I would like to understand is success is not a cakewalk. Success comes after struggle. What are the challenges did you face in this journey, and how did you overcome them?
The challenges are every day. So challenges is still there.
But to give some examples of challenges.
So when I started up, initially challenge was, so there were plenty of challenges. Means I cannot say that there's only one challenges. So challenges doesn't stop. If challenges comes, it gives you opportunity to grow. Yes. If the challenge is not there, that means you are like stabilized and there's no growth. Saturation happens. So when I entered into this, initially I told you the land buying was a major challenge. Deadline of AICT was a challenge. You have to complete the building at the time. That was a challenge. Sanctioning of plan of the building was a challenge. So there are plenty of challenges was there. I feel that what entire education fraternity is facing a challenge right now, which can be corrected within 4 to 5 years if education ministry comes together and we build a right faculties. So if a faculty is good, so I think your education systems is good. Now because of a lot of technology has come up, one of the blockchain and AI. So lot of data can be put through AI, and some of the easy languages can be coded there, and students can be trained. So uniformity and standardization into the education system is very, very important. I think a lot of institutions, including mine, is facing with the challenge of the uniformity and standardization of the content. That means at least you teach and train or make them learn the standard content, which gives them certain kind of skill sets and which gives them a particular job. And then above that, you are happy to teach and train. But at least a minimum threshold of that teaching, learning, and AOL. AOL means assessment of learning.
Okay.
That should happen. I think I think education, 90% of the, because we just launched a site called Uddipan, just right now, in collaboration with the AICTE. The rural colleges, which is 70 to 80% of the colleges, is facing this kind of challenge. The teaching, training methods, the assessment method is still memory based.
It is staggered.
Yeah, staggered is still memory based. So when you are memory based, that means you have not understood the concept, and the application would be different streamlines. So any company, when they come to those colleges, they want to see how do you apply a theory for a practical work. If that is not there, so I am not employable, and if I'm not employable, then creates the entire issues. So with this concept, we launched Uddipan, that all these rural students will train them onto an application-based concept with a lot of AI models came into it. So point is that the challenges is continuously. Almost 4 to 5 years back, the challenge was something different. Now the challenges are something different. Any other challenges would be different.
With the evolution of technology, technology has created a lot of opportunities and has accelerated the competition as well.
Absolutely.
In that, how do you feel the application of technology in your teaching
domain,
system, and how it is helping PIBM?
See, without technology, you cannot scale. And without technology, you will not be aware about controlling and also understanding that how the teaching and training is happening. If you want to check and if you want to know that whether my students have understood the concepts or not and whether they're able to apply or not, in a mass scale. In a smaller scale, it's okay. You have a good faculty, then you can always calculate. But if you want to go as in for PIBM, I think we are full into tech. Our entire classroom is recorded, is video recorded. AI has come into picture. You know that every recording goes back to a text. It builds a text content, and we also check how faculty, single subject faculty, how different they are teaching, how our pedagogies are different, what kind of examples they are doing, and which is best and which is not best. So this can only happen with the tech. So we record, so speech gets to a text get compared, and it shows the data. Then we also get an on-time feedback of a student, on-time feedback that whether they understood or not, and then we compare the productivity and efficiency of every class. So in my campus, 40 classroom, 50 classroom going parallelly. So 40 classes means 40 into 60 students, means 2,500 students is studying parallelly every hour, different subjects. How do you calculate that whether the students have understood the topics or not? So without technology, it's not possible. They undergo 5 to 6 sessions every day. So that means, so you can understand the mass scale, you know.
It's very huge.
Yeah. So without technology, the data coming to you is very vague. With the technology, the standard data comes to you, and then the analysis of the data, and then you can forecast what kind of problem you're solving. You know. So with the tech, you grow. Without the tech, you can't grow.
Dr. Raman Preet, can you brief us about the USPs of the functional teaching and training of PIBM?
Yes, a good question by the way. Yeah. So as I explained to you earlier, that we take a lot of job roles from different companies. So we understood quickly that what are the various global skill sets what these students has to acquire, because if they have to go to work not only in India, because India is now almost have become third largest economy. So a lot of companies coming here from US, from various parts of the globe. So you see that the student must be capable to work in those environments. So what we did, we identified few skill sets. So for example, if I take finance, so in finance we did global taxations. So we have a complete role for global taxations. So there's the companies like KPMG and which does global taxation roles. So we focus train for them and place them. Hence, moving forward, we did CPA. CPA is a certification program. It's like a CA. So how come in India they practice CA to audit a statement? So across the world, in US and UK, so they do CPA. So we teach and train also CPA here. If they want to do certain kind of programs outside, and if they want to get employed outside, So these are the few certain programs which will make them place outside. Then we did for investment, like CFAs. So for CFAs, where all equity models, debt models, so these CFAs are well trained onto that. And they have very good salaries and handsome salaries outside the country. And also in our country now, the salary has become very good. If they are very well qualified and also have a valid certain kind of programs, certification, like CFAs. So we did global taxation, we did CFA, we did CPA, we did commercial credit risk. Any NBFCs, non-banking financial corporation, any bank sector which gives loans outside, so they have to undergo certain kind of teaching and training, and that is the evaluation of a financial statements. So we model it very well. So we did a course called FRM, where they specific studies different sectors, and in that sector they study different balance sheets, and they can predict whether loans can be offered or not. Okay. So that kind of teaching and training we brought into finance. In marketing, we did the same way. We did FMCG. We have taken sector as an FMCG. We understood the entire FMCG work, and we started teaching and training channel management and then analytics to
distribution.
Yes, distributions, sales, all of those stuff with the FMCG. Then we went to the banking. We understood the asset side of the banking, liability side of the banking. We started teaching training towards it. Then we immediately moved towards the digital marketing. So digital marketing, it's a very common word today, it's been used, but we are teaching training for three immediate aspects for any students of marketing. First, how to build a content. So a lot of tools of the content building up, different kinds of content, video content, textual content, infographics content, different content has a different tools. We start teaching and training onto the content. Second, we start teaching and training how do you host that content into different medias. So social media platforms, and then analyze content, whether your content is doing a good job or not in a particular media itself. The third we added called analytics. So content, hosting of the content, and analytics of the entire content, which make them stand out. So my students, wherever they're going into these areas, are number one preferred by the various firms and companies. And for this we practice into SMEs. So there are a lot of SMEs, top firms and companies where the digital marketing is not so strong. So when we teach and train this into a campus, we always believe that only teaching and training will not work. It's implementation. When we implement certain kind of stuff, and with the experience we learn. So we have good numbers of like 1,000+ companies where we go there and we work together to increase their digital marketing presence into the market. So that is hands-on project my students are doing, and that's why when they write down into the CV, we have done so many campaigns, we sold so many products, we brought so many users to these many campaigns. So that's why they're hired faster. Third, HR. Now HR is everywhere good taught. What we do, these companies where HRMS system is not been made. So we go there, we build the entire HR policies, starting from the documentation of the HR, PMS, starting from the competency management, talent management, org structure. My students and the faculty, with the guidance of some head HR, we go there and we implement these HR systems and processes to these companies. And that's why this experiential learning brings a lot of learning to us, and hence student is getting trained, talented, which is at the ground experience. So that is from the USP side.
Interesting. In the evolving world of education, where we have lot of branches coming up, lot of streams of education like AI, technology, what is the role of management education today? If we become specific about management education in the evolving education field, how do you specify the role of management in this scenario?
Whether it's an industry, any industry, or whether it's education campuses itself, starting from school management to the PG and then PhD. Without the management, you cannot do anything. The planning and then execution, delegation, whether you achieve or not. So it's all of the management role.
So it is a backbone, we can say. Backbone of every industry.
It's a backbone.
Regardless of whatever developments there.
You see hospitals, you see the pharma, any sector, without a very good administration and management, how it goes further? It can't go further. So management is not only restricted to a particular manager roles, management is also restricted to a vision of the company to take ahead. Because any company to go ahead, the anticipation and the imagination, wherever at what level they are in, it's entire management work. Where you are and where you have to go, it's the entire management principles to plan and then dedicate and then focus onto it and then plan and then execute.
In the world of management education, it is evolving rapidly across city, across states, across nation and across the world, because our students are being placed in MNCs who are performing in global locations.
Absolutely.
How do you strategize your or what strategies do you plan for making PIBM stand out in the global scenario?
So see, as I've already briefed you that we work a lot of stuffs into global skills and global talent, and hence some of the good students is also working in Dubai, in US. Already they're working, and alumni are doing a fantastic job because we focus onto these areas. Some of the skills, like very good communication skills, after communication, very good comprehension skills. But you need to understand if in some meeting my students are there, so what kind of talks is happening inside the meeting, comprehending it, analyzing it, and quickly giving a solution towards it. So these kind of skills which is very, very important and critical right now. So in a global education, what's important these days? I already briefed you tech and function. So we have one program called Global Programs, in which we have got a tie-up with some of the US campuses, and it's approved by AICTE. AICTE launches to some of the good campuses called Twinning Program. Means 1 year they can study in my campus, PIBM campus, and 1 year in the US partnered campus.
Okay.
And any of the US, it's a choice of the institution where they want to go. So we selected US as a particular destination, and we have, and AICTE has clearly spoken that QS ranking not less than 200. So our partnered campuses are ranked among the world like 15, 16, 98, 20, likewise. Some of them is like Purdue, and then also we have tied up with the LTU, Lawrence Tech, Bridgeport. So we send the student 1 year there. So it's a credit matching of the entire student. So 1 year credit is mapped there. So there also, if they are undergoing finance, so they will go CPA. They will practically learn, and because these campuses are like 50 years old, 70 years old, 100 years old, so they have a lot of huge alumni base. So when the student goes there, they also learn fantastic stuff there, and then the entire horizon become global. When they stay in Pune, so yes, it is a kind of metro city and global companies are there, but still, when you go outside, you meet multicultural people, multinational people.
The experience is different.
And it's very, very different. It's a higher economy, so the experience is very, very different there. Number one. Number second, I already have briefed you about the skills. What skills we teach here? Similar kind of skills is also taught there. But then yes, the penetration of the deeper skills is for these students is been taught there. So what happens? So they get dual degree, they get PIBM degree also, and they get those degrees also to become more and more global. So we identified few areas like Dubai. We understand Dubai economy very well. So we also opened a campus in Dubai. So Dubai students, so 1 year here in India, 1 year in Dubai, and they're placed into company like Deloitte, KPMG, NY, Real Estate, FMCG, everywhere. So my 60 students every year goes from here to Dubai and place there. My 60 students goes from every year to US, from 1 year in India and 1 year in US, and then they do CPT program, OPT programs, and then they're placed there. So when we checked, when we examined, we analyzed what is the difference of teaching and training of us and there. We immediately understood what we are teaching here and what has been taught there. And the similar things now we are doing it here. So at a very lower cost, the students have been trained here, and they can compete with any students globally.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That is really very motivating and inspiring to understand these valuable facts. Coming to the next part of the sustainable social initiatives that you have planned for PIBM, that you have been implementing for all these years since inception. Can you brief us about that?
So you ask like sustainable initiatives for PIBM?
Sustainable and social initiatives.
See, a lot of stuff we have done it here. So, in this kind of ecosystem, we also learned what's the backward integration, forward integration. One of the social, not only for PIBM, but for the entire nation, the kind of work we have done. First thing, we tied up with the AICTE. Once I understood that the student which is coming from bachelor grounds, like they're coming from BCom, BBA, BCA and engineering, we have understood what kind of skill set they're bringing to us in the table. So we really analyzed what kind of pattern of teaching and training is happening there, and how much teaching training is required to them that they can get a good job into rural areas company, specifically SMEs, because 20% can speak up good English or average English. Rest of them, they are very strong in their value system, in their teaching, training. Just because I'm a little weak in English, it cannot say that I cannot get a job. So we mapped up those skill set with the SME, small medium enterprise, and we named it as Udipan, which is together tie up with the PIBM, one of our company, and AICTE, which is connected. And hence we have brought 20,000 plus companies right now in that platform. And our target is to go to up to 50,000 companies, and all of these companies are above 50 crores. And they're different areas of the entire India. Now what will happen? The student of a rural area, suppose I talk about Latur or talk about some area where there are few SMEs nearby are there, and they are not getting a good talent, depending upon the work what they're doing. Depending upon the categories of the company, we train back to these engineering colleges, train back to these management colleges and supplies to them. So these engineering colleges, these MBA colleges, these commerce campuses will also get the understanding what companies requires. Company will also get a very good talent, and the supply can happen. A matchmaking can happen, which will give a boost to the rural economy students. So one of the work I have done that, and recently we launched Udipan 25th and 26th of April, where AICTE chairman himself was there. Industry Minister Mr. Samanji was here on the campus. Second, we did it for NCM, National Commission of Minorities. Minorities, you know how sometimes very sensitive they are. So we got this project by the chairman of the National Commission of Minorities, which is Iqbal Singh Rajpurasan. We attached 70,000 NGOs, which was not been attached till now. PIBM has taken a separate project from the NCM, and we called every NGO across India, and we understood the kind of work what they're doing for the minorities, and if they want certain kind of help and support, we connected with the NCM chairman and the entire fraternity, and they spoke with them. So a lot of video is recorded, and what they spoke is the first time this stuff has happened into India, that such a senior government official, ministry levels, has connected directly to the NGO. They have heard, and they are solving their problems. So likewise, we are doing a small medium enterprise teaching and training to the nearby people. So we have machines. So we teaching training. We also do with some of the SMEs machine we have. We have small manufacturing machines, making shampoo, making soap, to teach and train our students. That when you create a product, it's a different kind of
cottage industry kind of.
Absolutely. So MSME and SME you can take. So we have a funds to that entire teaching and training should be transferred from classes to the labs. And what is a lab? When you make a product with your own hand, so 4P, 7P, financial modeling, how the HR should work, what is the processes, they will learn in life. And then you go in the market and sell. So it is your product, you brand it, and you go there and you sell it. You form a company. So it is a process to create a product, and with the company, these guys understand. Then we replicate this model to the nearby villages. So we want that the mid-age women, which is now free from the various activities of the work, so they can come down and they can learn on these processes and on these companies, and they can start their own company and at least earn more and more livelihood for them.
Wonderful.
Yes.
This is like strengthening the nation from within.
Absolutely.
Looking at PIBM, which is built on a very strong foundation of code of ethics, I would like to know the vision that you have seen for the future.
So you want to say for PIBM?
Yes, for PIBM.
So near future I can talk right now. So
How do you envision PIBM?
PIBM has to be right now the envision also changes. As you go along.
It matures. It evolves.
Yes, it evolves. So right now the PIBM vision is that we are coming with the skill university right now. So we must have skill university at least into 10 to 15 towns, districts, and we are focused more into tier 2 towns like Guwahati, like Patna, like Chandigarh, these towns, and we want to create an employment in these towns. Is it not that? So with this, we will give a lot of free employment and free training to a lot of people there. So immediate, like you can say, like within 1 or 2 years, these are the plans on the move. We've already purchased the land and you will see us. Second is, we also want to go global parallelly. That means our students, some of the very good students who have very good communication skills, aptitude, regional and domain skills, they also must go to the very different parts of the globe, and they also get taught there, means the teaching training, and they get jobs there. So the PIBM community should be spread across the world. That's one. Second is all the unprivileged youth, unprivileged students. We're making one portal in which they can do the education at 1,000 rupees, 1,500 rupees, which and quality education. It's not like anything. So with this, we'll have certain kind of funds, and we'll deploy those funds to teach and train every graduate which is passing it out, which is not getting a job. So that's the immediate vision, which is coming 3 and 4 years. And if with this vision, we can teach and train 10 lakh students with a very, very minimized, where like 1,000 rupees, and we teach them, we train them, and we give them opportunity to get them a good jobs into nearby locality. I think we have achieved one of the vision.
Great. Means we are strengthening the people, the young generations, as well as we are empowering the businesses.
Absolutely.
Of our country.
Absolutely. So
great.
So the name is Talent Hunt for the SMEs, but then we also provide to the larger companies also.
Big companies also.
Yes. And then backward integration also. So anything which is being used by the education sector as a product, so we'll start creating small shuttle companies for that. Yes.
Wonderful. It is a great learning and understanding that we have here with you. PIBM is not just an educational institution, it is a Kamadhenu kind of a model, a Kalpavriksha, which is evolving from every angle, every dimension, that is just offering and empowering anybody who comes in contact with it. So be it the employees, be it the students, be it the external faculties, be it the industry, be it government, be it everybody. So PIBM is growing, expanding and evolving in a very inspiring and very interesting manner. So we wish you a very bright future and outstanding success in your journey. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you.
Then we just launched health management courses, for the hospitals. So there are a lot of doctors like BMS and BHMS. So they also want to do some health administration courses. So we teach them here 1 year, and we teach them in US 1 year.
Okay.
Similarly, we started a different kind of programs into banking, finance, and different sectors. So focused MBA, BBA programs for that. We have already planned it.
Nice.
This campus will be having a defense management strategy.
Okay.
Water management, transport management. It's a unique extra. Very less students, 60. But then that they will be niche into those. Plus we are coming up with the semiconductor labs. So one fab lab, we're coming up here.
So there would be some connect with every industry here.
Trying to do, because the skill, so it's a huge
industry is vast.
It's a huge sector.
And to bring it here, you need to do a lot of planning and groundwork.
Yes. A lot of work is going on that. So You'll see a very different kind of culture altogether. When I bought that land earlier, it was similar like this. We planted all the trees, Yeah.
And they had a restriction, what I came to know, that in Maharashtra we have a restriction. When you buy land, you can't construct it because it is a agricultural land. So there is a ratio of I think 4% in this thing.
No, for education campuses, Maharashtra has done a fantastic work. For an agricultural land, you get 80% of the entire land. So suppose it's a 40,000
80%.
Suppose it's a 40,000
in
square feet, one acre.
but if I am an individual and I buy an agricultural land, then it is 4%.
4% to 8%, I think so. I'm not
very
aware.
less.
Yeah.
So
4%
I need to buy at least 11,000 square feet to build 450 or 700 square feet.
Yeah.
That ratio is there. We have
but then for an education purposes, you can buy this land and you can get the permission from the collector.
Okay.
And then you get a sanction from the PMRDA. And then once the sanction is done, then you can build that. I don't think so.
Which is this place? What is this place called? Pirangut. So it is in Gram Panchayat or it is in Nagar Parishad?
No, it's in Gram Panchayat.
Gram Panchayat, okay.
But then all rules goes of PMRDA.
Okay. So this is the third corporation that is going to be coming in. PMC, PCMC, and this is PMRD.
Yeah, PMRD. This is PMRD.
Hinjewadi, along with Hinjewadi means.
Oh, Hinjewadi, PMRD. Yeah.
And what is the ratio of students here? How many locals? How many from other states?
So you can say that 20% is local here.
Okay, 80% are from outside.
Yeah. But my MBA program, 80% is locals here.
Okay.
And 20% is outsiders.
What are your views on sustainable initiatives and social drives that you are conducting with PIBM?
So sustainability means I briefed you also at the back that we have made this campus in a very different way. So as in Pune, Pirangut, scarcity of water sometimes it happens 4 to 5 months is where it's very summer comes up. So we planned, so because that hill is also where we have taken, and there's a slope, so we manage the slope in such a way that we have created a pond there, and a pond which contains at least 3 crores liters of water, which is sufficient for our campus and also nearby people there. So because at the hill, so a lot of water comes from different channels. So we have made a good channel and put a pipelines there, and it brought all onto a well. And after a well, we have a system to clean the water. So we also clean the water into between. So after all, we get a very good water supplies, and then we have plans to clean it completely. We also have very strong STP at the back end. So all sewage waters that goes there, it gets cleaned double time and is supplied to all trees and plants. Because water is about to become scarce resource. So
day by day.
So we want to preserve the water. And when it rains happens, you see all the water just going by. So how we can preserve that rain water and can use it, around the year. Second, we did 160 kVA for first building of ours. Is that entire that building is self-sustained with the entire solar system. So our future forecast is that self-sustainability in electricity, in water, in food supplies, in food grains. We're also coming with the agricultural college. So we have a big canteen where 3,000 students eats up. So we are also coming up with our own supplies of the foods. So once our BSc in agriculture and agriculture campus is initiated, so we'll see that this supply should be coming with our own agriculture ground. So these are kind of initiatives we have done. Social, we have already told you, how we are helping villages and all.
The amenities that you have planned are quite big and exhaustive.
Sure.
The current gym is sufficient to the existing students, but
Absolutely.
You are expanding towards this new facility along with the big gym there.
Bigger gym area. So what I has already spoken to brief to you. See right now in a talk we understood that strength is why strength is important.
Correct.
So holistic development. If your body is weak, your mind is weak. If your mind is weak, your body is weak. So vice versa. So to build a strong body and mind, So we already have a gym long back. So as I started the campus, I founded the gym. So this gym is approximately 2,500 square feet. Now as I'm increasing in size, we're building a gym that side, which is 5,000 square feet, and all upgraded and high quality equipment. So those students who want to do a gym, they can do it. This facility is 9,000 square feet right now, where volleyball, then basketball, badminton, these courts are there. Plus we have a ground there where all of football and all
kinds of
they can play. Yes.
Indoor, outdoor sports.
Indoor, outdoor, yes. So all also indoor sports, table tennis and all of those stuff is also placed there with us. So I think and because rains happens here, that's why we even the students can play in a shed, So 4 months is a huge rain. So where they play volleyballs and all. So that's why we put it 25 feet high, so they can play here also at the time of the rain.
There is a good cover and ample space. Vertical, horizontal, both ways.
Yes. According to the norms of the courts.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, considering the quality policy and the initiatives in mission of your institution, the vision of your institution, as in PIBM, is very interesting to know. Sure. Can you brief us about the vision of PIBM in the coming few years?
Quickly, I tell you, behind you see my skill universities coming up. We just got the LOI almost 2 years back.
Okay.
And approximately 1 lakh square feet is already built it up. RCC is done for 1 lakh square feet. We're going up to 2 lakh square feet. 1 lakh 90,000 square feet.
Okay.
Attached to it, we are also coming up with a very good sports center.
Okay.
I'll show you that, which is already sanctioned.
Okay.
So you'll see swimming pool, you'll see boxing, and all of those stuff. And as I told you, that these are very important stuff. Vision is that we are also coming up with the semiconductor lab here, which is, I don't think so in any Pune engineering colleges will have a semiconductor lab. So we have a small fab unit here to teach and train how to design, how to fabricate, how to build the semiconductor lab. We're also coming up with the aviation teaching and training.
Okay.
So how a small aircraft can be engineered or can be assembled, apart from all software aspect of it, which is AI based teaching. So we are coming with the B-Tech into AI courses, B-Tech into different application of the AI.
So we can say it is a future-oriented scope that you are creating in PIBM.
Absolutely.
So PIBM is evolving, growing, expanding and evolving into a global education powerhouse.
Absolutely. So we also have a campus in Dubai. We also have a campus in US, as I've spoken to you, and so coming up with the more than 10 plus universities like this in metro cities also, and also so our aim is like tier 2 cities, and in tier 2 cities we come up with this large scale universities, and we also impact to the people who is not able to afford these kinds of education. We have built it up a small content based application where we want to give a degree at a very low cost, at like 1,500 rupees, 1,000 rupees, they're able to get the degrees with very high quality teaching, training and skill based teaching and training. Those who can afford physical, they can come into our campus and can study. But those who cannot afford, what you do for them is absolutely at no cost.
Actually.
Yeah, and then we will make a larger digital room for them, a media room for them. We'll also facilitate if they want some physical teaching and training. So we'll train nearby colleges, nearby areas, and we have the centers there, so they can go there. They can do some interaction, and they are skillfully done with the kind of content which nearby companies need.
So this is evolving into a world of education that has something for everyone.
Absolutely.
Great. I can recollect and reconnect it to the traditional Gurukul system, where students at the early age used to go to the teacher's place and they used to get trained for various different aspects, and they used to return as successful kings and big people. So this is one of the different similar Gurukuls, a modern day Gurukul we can say, which is training and empowering the new generations and strengthening our business system of the country and globe.
Absolutely. So I believe education is what? Education is concentration of the mind. Talent, 25% is a talent and a knowledge of what you achieve. the 75% is your personality. How
Actually.
the personality is. And personality is a mere reflection of what you think, what you do every day. You know? So we speak, our impression, what we do, that creates impression into our mind. Right? And that impression, it becomes stronger and stronger. That becomes your character. You know? And character is formed by the numerous such habits. So if your habits are right, you know, so if your habits is good, even if you're going on in a bad thought process, if you're 90% in a good thought process, that you'll be withdrawn from those bad thoughts
and remain on the right path.
And a good actions.
Correct.
And a good action. So this entire initiative, the entire ecosystem is making them trained for a good thought and a solid thoughts, not a hanky-panky thoughts. Build the foundation so strong. That's why these strong regime is happening. 12 hours of work, 13 hours of work, 14 hours of work, in yoga, then in sports, then in exercise, then in innovations, you know. So they focus, yes, our object is to achieve our target, but without the foundation, how you can achieve your target? If you're getting tired in 5 hours and 6 hours, you cannot work, you're finished. That means your habits is making you tired. Otherwise, body is made so strong that with the God blessing, that you can work for 16 and 17 hours. You know, Modi ji at this age, he's working for 17 hours a day.
Actually.
So why not these youth of 22 or 23 years, why they can't work 24 hours a day? The energy is so at the top.
At the peak of their life.
Yes. So this is the entire approach to the education.
Wonderful. This is a wonderful experience to be with you. We wish you all the best and very outstanding success in this vision, in your path, in your mission. We would like to remain associated with you in various other campaigns and activities.
We're also coming with the media house. Please come.
Sure, definitely. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.